What a beautiful day it is today. I am so grateful. I'm so happy for this day that I have awoken to. And I hope that you are happy about your day and that your day is going well. Today we're going to do a tarot reading. And today's tarot reading is going to be about self mastery. Our intention that we're going to set is one of how can I better myself? What am I not seeing in myself? What can I be doing better? This is going to be sort of accessing the shadow, okay, of the self. What is something that we can all improve on today as a collective, okay? So let me clear out these decks real quick. Put my torch down. Maybe I'll light an incense for today. And the whole point of this is because, why are we here? What is our intention? What kind of love do we want to experience in our lives? And how can we better ourselves so that we can be more expressive of that love that we want to experience and want others to experience? Okay. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the Rider-Waite deck. Identify, identify, identify. What are some things that the collective here, that you, my friend, my colleague, my peer, my angel in arms, what are we going to look at today? What are we going to look at? Asking me to shuffle more. Okay. Shuffle more here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So this is a self reading. I'm going to pick up some cards that fell out here. Bam. Tower in reverse. And then we have, we got a lot of cards came out. So we're going to start with these, okay? These all fell down, so let's see what we got here. Okay, and this is sort of a story. So there's like options here. There's a lot of options for you and for the collective here. You've gone through this period of upheaval. Tower in reverse. So it's been like, and this is like an inner awakening sort of thing. This is like your foundational principles, your wants and needs that you had in the old cycle. Those wants and needs and desires that you once had, you're looking at them right now and you're looking at your vision board or your goals and you're saying to yourself, like, is this actually what I want? And then you're like, well, why do I want that stuff? What's the point? And this is sort of what happens during the spiritual awakening. And like the perception, the old you wanted these things for maybe ego reasons, maybe to impress others, to fulfill others' needs in his life or her life. And now you've come into a time in your life where it's like, okay, well, what about me? I have all these options. I could go for that same thing, but what was the point of that in the first place? Okay. And what's happening is you're opening your heart. Okay. You're starting to be guided by your heart instead of your head. And what that looks like is, at first, it looks like a battle between the heart and the head. The mind is wanting one thing, but the heart is guiding you in a different direction. And that's where you're seeing your old goals. You're saying, well, I did want that stuff. I wanted it so badly. But now it's like my heart isn't guiding me in that direction, okay? And so on this journey, it's like your heart is guiding you, and so it's not going to be known to you. The Queen of Swords, she's a very logical, maternal figure, okay? And so this is like you. And she's sitting on top of the butterfly, which is transformation. Multiple butterflies, actually. 3 butterflies she's sitting on. She's also sitting on an angel. And she has her sword held upright with her hand beckoning forth. This is a very logical way of looking at things. So it's like, but what I'm getting from this is, it's like you understand that your heart is your guide. And now that you understand that, you're going to be able to come up with better, more fulfilling and enthralling, exciting goals and desires. And I don't want to call them goals or desires. Like, these are like aims, okay? This is like directions where you're heading. um, Spirit is saying that, you know, you have these options, okay, and they're all really good, but they want you to think about and ponder and actually meditate on, okay? Meditate on and connect spiritually with these things. Really get to know, what your heart desires. And in order to do that, there has to be some sort of surrender. Okay, there has to be some sort of giving it up or letting go a little bit. Um, it's like during a meditation, if you're trying to get to force or make a spiritual experience happen or a transcendental experience happen in the meditation, then that is going to prevent the experience from happening. So it's like there's this balance that is going on right now, and I'm feeling my heart just like, so it's like your heart is just this magnet, and so now it's like you want to use your mind and your third eye chakra to connect to the heart. And how can you do that? You can do that by writing down some questions or saying to yourself, asking yourself these questions like, okay, here's what my desires are, or here's what I think my desires are, this, and this. So why do I want this? And then getting to that why, like why. And if you ask yourself why, then you can ask yourself why again. Like, why do I want a boatload of money? Well, so I can feel secure. Why do I want to feel secure? Well, I want to feel secure because so and so. Well, then why so and so? And you get deeper and deeper into your own belief systems, okay? And what I'm seeing is that the Six of Wands in the World came out right after that. So you might be, and I'm getting 3 different piles here. So this is sort of past energy. Like, you letting go of those old desires, you letting go of those old goals is sort of in the past, I'm seeing. And currently, you may be in a limbo period. And this limbo period is simply you letting go of thoughts. And you're letting go of the thoughts that don't serve you. And you're reassessing the thoughts that maybe do serve you. And this is like a assessment of your belief systems, okay? So what I would say is get a journal out, get a pen, and write down what you think that your desires are or what your current desires are. And this is a free flow. So like, don't be afraid to just put everything out there. Okay. And then once you put everything out there, it will all be on paper so you can get it out of your head. Now look at your desires and say to yourself, okay, well, why do I want these things? Why do I want these things in my life? Is there a reason? Is there something specific that that I think that this will fulfill in me? And then also, how will these things make me feel when I get them, right? And so by connecting to the feeling place and connecting to your heart when you're looking at your desires and re-evaluating them, you're going to figure out what feelings that you actually want out of life, okay? And then it becomes like what I'm seeing is the World and the Six of Wands. You're coming into a leadership position, and this is self-righteousness. This is, but it's not like a spoken self-righteousness. It's not like you're going to broadcast this to the world that you are this righteous entity. It's more like you understand that you've gone through these processes, and now that you are self-reliant, you can filter out and discern and set an example and be an example more and more in your life, okay? And the World is saying that you have these spirit guides and you have everything is backing you now. So whatever choices that you thought you had to make in the past, whatever people who were, telling you what you wanted and who you were, those things are dropping off now, and you're getting a ring put around you, and wisdom is being placed in your hands, okay? So as you come into this period of awakening, it's going to be more about feelings and jumping into the unknown aspects of yourself, okay? Jumping into the unknown aspects of yourself. I think that we want to do more. We're going to want more about this current limbo period, okay? What is the best course of action? What is the best thing to do during this limbo, during this middle period? This is a transformation. Okay, transformation is currently happening. Let me read this out of the book. STAR. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and to make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out at this time, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually too. As you remove the clutter and debris from your world, you welcome in the energy of transformation, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. I've been dreaming about butterflies, and I've been dreaming about like catching caterpillars. And like in my dream last night, I I was on the road and I had caught caterpillars and put them in glass until they became cocoons, and then out of their cocoons hatched butterflies. Interesting. Like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, you are ready to move beyond the previous limitations of your life. You are moving away from stagnancy or the feeling of being held back, and you are taking the heavy energies of your life and making them into light so that you can fully embrace who you were born to be. When this card appears, angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformations that have taken place in your life. They can see you more clearly now, and that you have released the old and fusty thoughts and situations. There's a feeling of renewal now, and you are moving into a space where you're more comfortable than ever with who you are. You have a spark of splendor burning in the depths of your being, and the spark is creating positive and loving experiences for you now. It is time to enjoy the benefits of your commitment to your growth. So what an excellent time for you. Like, what an excellent time. This tower, this epiphany that you did, you handled it very, very well. Okay? And you may still be clearing stuff out, but as you clear out and make more and more space, you're seeing, you're feeling right now all of the gifts that are coming in. And as they come in, you're just going to be so grateful, okay? So now's a really good time to get into gratitude. Get into that gratitude. Like, as soon as you wake up, you may have a feeling of, like, as soon as you wake up, you may feel comfort and how good your bed feels and how warm it is and how nourished you feel from the night before. And then you go and you use the bathroom and it must feel so relieving, and be grateful for how relieving it is. And just be grateful for these little ordinary things that are going on in your life, because those little ordinary things are going to cultivate this amazing gratitude within you. Okay? And you only are going to success. Like the world, the Six of Wands, you're entering into this period where you're just surrounded by this green aura. Okay, I'm seeing a very green, loving aura. 3 cards, okay? So 1 card in the middle here. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeship. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So 8 of Autumn. So it's like you've come into this new level now, and you're coming into this new level of spirituality, of mentalism. And so at this new level, there's like the books that you've read before, you're going to be like yearning for more learning. You're going to be wanting more knowledge. And that's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. So act on it, like if you feel the urge to pick up a book and study that book, or if you feel the urge to re-listen to some older books that you knew once, but now you'll know again in a different light, do so. Because those books and that knowledge that you're going to be gaining in this next cycle will be very beneficial to you, okay? 3 of Summer, and this is in the future position. 3 of Summer and Princess of Winter. So news worth celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, births, friends you cherish. So like 3 of Summer in the future position is like, wow, like the fairies are going to be with you as well. And you're just going to be dancing in this gleeful dance of life, and it's going to be amazing. Information that can help you, but which may be also difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. So in this new cycle that you're heading into, it's going to be very important that you self-evaluate and you really look at, okay, you know, where is it that I need improvement? What's going on? Am I feeling this situation fully? Am I fully loving myself in this situation? And sometimes you're going to encounter thoughts that are not serving you and belief systems that don't serve you. And you may encounter manifestations that you don't like, right? But you're in this powerful energy now where it's like, okay, no longer do you need to ignore the things that aren't serving you, because you may have been ignoring the things that haven't served you because you were really still filtering out, and trying to get rid of as much as you could and clear out that old energy. But now, as you come into these new belief systems, you may encounter a few hiccups here and there, a few cogs here and there, maybe an obstacle. Maybe you encounter somebody who triggers you in some way. Well, really evaluate that trigger, okay? Because you don't have many cogs in your wheel. You don't have much. So when you access one and you clear it, you're gonna be like rewarded very much so. Okay, it's going to be a very, very good transformative process for you when you do that. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper on the present moment. Okay, I mean, clearing out stuff, doing some research before you proceed, education. So it's almost like you have an expectation of what this new cycle is going to be. Okay, let's put a middle card in there. Judgment. Woo! Let me read that out the book. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like an expectation. So let's see what we got. Judgment is the 20th card. The word judgment conjures up fear and guilt in many people. This card, however, concerns itself with another aspect of the word, seeking the truth. No more blaming yourself, no more blaming others, no more excuses. Now is the time for forgiveness and personal freedom. This card asks you to rise up and let pettiness and fear fall below you. Expand your wings and be reborn. What a relief it will be. Okay, so this is like all those things, all those self-limiting beliefs, all those beliefs imposed on you by others. All that stuff that you grew up with in your environment and that you feel like has been done to you. Your new cycle, which you've already entered into, what I'm feeling, is one of self-mastery. Okay, this is the tippity top of the pyramid. This is you in your Thoth. This is you in your Hermes Trismegistus. This is you in your Solomon. Okay, and it's all about forgiveness. It is all about forgiving yourself for allowing that stuff to happen, forgiving others for even being in those states of consciousness because they don't know what they're in. You know, people are only doing things that they're doing because that's the best way that they know how to do it. Okay, so this is like you have officially released others' influence from you, and you're freed. You have now been freed. And so in this spirit of freedom, it is very important for you to stay forgiving and stay in this spirit, okay? There's no more excuses. There's no more judgment. There's no more self-judgment. You just, if something goes awry, you forgive it immediately. And you understand that this is the Lila of the universe. This is how the universe plays with you. This is how the universe shows you the things that you need improvement on. Okay? And it's very subtle sometimes. And sometimes your greatest trigger is your greatest gift. Okay? Sometimes the things in your life that have affected you in the most negative ways have caused you to become the most positive version of yourself. And so in that way, using your own internal guru, you're going to start to realize these things and become more relaxed, at ease, and relieved to be in the present moment. Because now, at this point, there is nothing that can affect you other than yourself. And this is interesting because I'm getting a sense that you have dismissed, like, it's like all these fears, all these struggles, you're like this bird, you've risen above them. And now you're in this higher state of consciousness. And in this higher state of consciousness, that's all there is: forgiveness and the self. Regardless of who's in your aura or who's in your field or who's around you, it's like you've come out of the tunnel. And it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing to come out of the tunnel. Okay? Awakening in reverse. So this is the change, the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace you. So in reverse, it's like you've already changed the way that you're looking at the situations. A temporary pause in action. And again, like, they look very similar, these two cards. This one in reverse, look at his wings spread. And look at this one, the wings are spread. This is an awakening, okay? And I want to say that this is an awakening that is, this is between the limbo and the future period. So you may be in this pause. And during this pause, you've either come into some new energy or your DNA has been activated in some certain way. So it's very important that you stay the course, okay? And when I say that, this is just for all of that. Like, anytime that you recognize, okay, this is old energy, that's good. You just recognized it, so let it go. This is the old Anakin who I am no longer. I trust in the unknown version of myself. I trust in the version of myself who is no one, so that I may become anyone, right? So this is sort of the no one phase. You're becoming no one. You are no one so that you can become anyone. Okay? Like, really go back into your meditations right now. Really go back into your stretching and your yoga. Really make sure that you're feeding your soul and feeding your spirit and feeding this awakening process, because as you feed it, so it grows. Okay, as you water it, so it grows. And you don't need to water it, you don't need to drench it every day. You don't need to, just water it little by little every day. Okay, like, by adding to it gradually and by adding to it daily, you're going to garner this habitual, like, ritual of praying, this ritual of being grateful, this ritual of meditating. And soon it will become second nature. And when it becomes second nature, you'll love to do it. You'll love to get into that feeling place, because nothing feels better than getting heart-centered. Nothing feels better than having these transcendental experiences. But again, you're not forcing, okay? And this is why you want to make it a ritual, because as you make it a ritual, it just becomes second nature. And then the experiences happen all on their own when you surrender to them. If you're trying to force an experience to happen, or if you're, like, for instance, astral projection, if you're in your bed and you're really trying to force your astral projection, it's very difficult to get to that place, because it's like you're creating your own resistance. But if you just sort of say, whatever, then you can sort of roll out of your body, okay? And it's like, that whatever is a surrender moment. And when you surrender to what is, and just to, okay, I don't, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That is the perfect energy to be in, and that not only applies to astral projection, to lucid dreaming, to having a meditative spiritual awakening, but it also applies to anything you do in life. Okay? Like, if it happens, it happens. If not, it not. But I'm just going to be who I am in every single moment. Okay? Really powerful reading, guys. Like, I see that you guys are doing amazing, and I would say keep it up. This is a powerful journey. I'm going to ring the bell, and then I'm going to peace out. Love you guys.